Hello folks, thank you so much for joining us today. Last week we set up our blueprint only park and started our first themed area, Coral Kingdom. Today we will be adding our water park to Coral Kingdom, and I've been scouring the workshop and have some amazing community made blueprints to show you. Also, stick around as at the end of this video I'm going to present 3 incredible coaster builds, and I need your help picking which one we should have as our first coaster in the park. But first, let's create our water park. This first blueprint is called the Wave. It is a really cool set of pools that look like, a wave crashing over. And I just thought this was great as the base for our water park. We might have to make a little bit more space for this as it is larger than the entire rest of our park. We can put it actually behind this area here, so you have that as the backdrop. We'll just need to figure out the pathing so that we can get round to it. Now, what they've done with this is they've created this really nice entrance sort of area here. However, I'm thinking let's put a bridge over the lazy river into the area. I think that could blend these two together quite nicely. Okay, I have tried and I've concluded that I just cannot create a bridge over the top of this pool. We are just going to get rid of that. Wait, am I going to have to individually fire all of these? Let's just start again, shall we? What I'm going to do instead of my lovely bridge plan, I think we're going to go for here. This can be the background of our lazy river, which is still really nice. I now have in the park about 100 lifeguards, so I think before I go any further, I'm just going to go through and just make some HR adjustments. Sorry guys, don't worry, we're going to be doing a round of rehiring very shortly, so keep your CV up to date. Thank you for your time. So the entrance then, we need to have some infrastructure, so we need water and power, I assume, for that water. We also need changing rooms. I did find these changing rooms that I thought were really cool. So this is sort of a toilet changing room, and if we can try and get it so that people walk through that tunnel into the water park. That could be cool. Okay, so I've adjusted this slightly so that instead of coming in and out of this tunnel, what they do is come in this side and out this side. Now, I just need to figure out the pathing so that we get our guests actually walking through here, because I think that is going to look really cool and one of the highlights of this particular blueprint. I feel like we need 2 for traffic management, don't we? Okay, let's crack on with the entrance. I think we want a different texture to this. Now we need to add in our facilities. This is one that I really wanted to use. I just thought it looked like a really nice kind of walk-through facility to come to when you first arrive at the water park. Perhaps this can be either side and we can sort of flip it around and have our staff buildings and things in the middle, and then we can have the pool, shop and info booth in where they've currently got Hot Dog Squad. Okay, so built up this little staff area here in between our 2 shops. We've got a staff room, and then round here we have our water pump and water filter. I'm gonna add in those shops and then do the paths. But there we have our entrance set up for the area, and now we need to actually go through and add a little bit more to this pool. It's looking a little bit bare as it is. One of the blueprints that I found was a really cool little splash park for kiddos, and I thought that would be great to add in as sort of this little area where the kids can kind of keep separate from maybe some of the grown-ups that are trying to relax. It's called Kiddie Cove, and it's sort of a little splash pad area with a little store, but it's also cordoned off from the rest of the park, and it fits really, really nicely in this section here of this pool. How cool does this look? It's got a little entrance gate here, you've got a shop, you've got a splash park, and then all of this aquatic theming. Really, really lovely blueprint and absolutely perfect for this area. Of course, it wouldn't be a very good water park area without any flumes. However, having a look, the ones that I have found aren't unlocked yet in this franchise park. So we're going to have a little look in the research section. So if I research these for 7,200, fabulous. And then I research these for 12,400. Okay, I think then we should now be set to put in the flumes that I found on the workshop, and there they are, lovely. So the first one is this amalgamation of several different slides. We're not going to go into this pool. What we're going to do is go into this pool. And I've just realised that we have not got very much money left. Although apparently still making a lot of money with not very many costs. Do we just not pay our staff? We're still making a profit, lovely. So we're making 6,000 a day? I don't know. The most of that's coming from our entry fee. We're getting a little bit from Priority Pass. We do only have one ride though, so that's fair. I think what might benefit us is if we can put down another ride. Have to go back to research to get some more flat rides. So I wonder if we can afford this one. So if we research that, can we afford that? Yes, we can. Lovely. We can just about afford this one. This ride is going to be called Deep Drop. I am open to ride name suggestions, by the way. I'm not the most creative and I'd love to hear your ideas, so please do let me know in the comments. We seem to be making a lot of money very quickly, so I think that'll sort us out for now. Let's set up just a pool in this area, because something is telling me people might want to go in the pools. All of the pools are closed. I mean, you can have a look around if you like. Oh, they've probably bought a pool pass as well already. Oh, they're jumping in. Don't go in, there's no lifeguards. I fired them all. So if we go to pool safety, we want a nice, safe pool. Apparently this pool is very safe, but we can't be having all of these lifeguards. I think I've got rid of all of the lifeguards so that we can just focus on where we actually need them. So then for lifeguard options, we have a short chair, pretty good area to look at. We have a tall chair, which has an even bigger area to look at. Or we have a lifeguard post, about the same area as the short area, isn't it? So if we have... How does that impact our pool safety? So now our pool safety is absolutely fine. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll open up a couple of pools, get people in. We've got Kiddie Cove set up for all the kiddos. We've got the wave pool and we've got the chill pool. Let's pop in our flumes. Okay, so our flumes are all going into this pool over here. They'll be able to get to the flumes from this entrance here, so we just need to connect that up to to our area. So now we have the slide in place and connected up with the rest of our area. I think we need to go in and actually test each of these flumes. And once they are all tested, we can go ahead and open them. I am just going to keep this pool closed, and hopefully that will mean it'll be an exit only pool and we don't have to then worry about people crashing into each other when they fall out of the slide. Okay, we've got some people going on the flumes. This lady's gonna have a ride. Whoa! Oh, he's going down. Whoa! So just in having a little look at the heat maps, I was wondering why no one else was using any of the bigger pools and only hanging out in Kiddie Kingdom. All of the pools are clean, however there doesn't really appear to be any water in any of them. So I think we need to just have a little look at our water setup over here. Now it's saying water available, 0, connected 0 pumps. Right, I see where I've gone wrong. So the water filter is essentially the same as the power distributor. Got to be connected to pumps, which are like the generators, and then you have to have the actual filter to distribute it to our pools. So we need to add more filters. If we now look at our water available 120. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, so we are getting people now starting to use the pools, but everything looks really, really empty. So I'm going to go through and just add in some extra shops, some theming, some places for people to lounge, and then we can have a little look round the water park that we've created. During today's theming speed build, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to make this series. When Planet Coaster 2 was announced, I was originally really excited, but then I had this sort of sinking feeling when I thought, I just don't have time to play this kind of game anymore. I was getting really overwhelmed by it, but then I thought, do I need to spend hours custom building everything to enjoy this game? Isn't that the great thing about this community? People sharing their creations for us all to enjoy. Which is where I got the idea for this series, building a park but only using blueprints. I have to say, I am having a great time creating this park. I still feel like I can be really creative, and I'm enjoying the management side of it as well. I really hope this series helps anyone else who is feeling the way that I did, and I just wanted to say a really big thank you to the community for sharing all these great creations, and I hope to showcase more as this series progresses. The area is really starting to come together and look like a part of Coral Kingdom. We will have a little cinematic tour in just a moment, but first it's time to show you the 3 coasters you need to vote on to decide which will be the first coaster in our park. First up, we have Nautilus by Chichona TV. This is an F&F International Crazy Mouse coaster that has been themed to look like you're taking a ride through the reef in the famous Nautilus submarine. This is a heavily detailed compact coaster with lots of track interaction. Next, we have the Hammerhead by LBJC Super Shark. This is a Vector sit-down 4-seater coaster that twists through a huge coral reef. This coaster is really smooth, and they've themed the cars so it feels like you're riding on the back of a hammerhead shark. Finally, we have The Reef by Nick Was Here. This is an Outermax multiverse coaster that starts off on a submarine dock, then takes a literal dive into a deep dark coral reef with beautiful underwater theming. This ride really takes advantage of the new dark ride mechanic in the game. I have linked the full POV for each coaster in the description to help you make your choice. Please vote by putting the name of the coaster you want to see in Coral Kingdom in the comments below. We have made some pretty significant progress in today's episode, adding in a full-blown water park. Let's have a little look at what we've done and the incredible community creations that have made it possible. We added in the Deep Drop Flat Ride to help fund our new addition to Coral Kingdom, the Wave Water Park. We first set up all the necessary infrastructure to support our pools, flumes and many lifeguards, then made some slight amendments to these changing rooms for guests to have a dramatic entrance out into the park. Parents can drop the kids off for a splash at Kiddo Cove while they take a relaxing dip in the jacuzzis or just sit and enjoy the scenery. There are plenty of restaurants and cafes for the family to sit and have some lunch, perhaps after a morning of racing down every slide in our twisting tower of flumes. We added many details you expect to find in a water park and blended everything with lots of theming pieces to make this the perfect addition to Coral Kingdom. And that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to vote on your favourite coaster, and I'll see you next time. Bye.